the USSR, a nation shrouded in mystery and intrigue, a superpower born from the ashes of a fallen empire. For much of the 20th century, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics stood as a beacon of communism and socialist ideals. It challenged the West, ignited the space race, and reshaped the geopolitical landscape in profound ways, but its story was also one of struggle, of internal tensions, and ultimately of collapse. Join me as we embark on a 7-minute journey through the rise and fall of this enigmatic giant, exploring its many facets. From 1922 to 1991, the USSR etched its mark on history, leaving an indelible legacy. It was a nation forged in the fires of revolution, driven by ideology and shaped by the ambitions of powerful leaders who left their mark. Its legacy continues to reverberate today, a reminder of the enduring power of ideas and the complexities of nation-building in the modern world.
The USSR's roots lie in the tumultuous years of the early 20th century. Russia, ruled by the Romanov dynasty, was a land of stark contrasts, opulent palaces alongside grinding poverty. World War I exacerbated these tensions, pushing the nation to the brink. In 1917, revolution erupted. The Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, seized power. They promised peace, land, and bread. The Tsar was overthrown, and the world watched in astonishment as a new era dawned in Russia. The Bolsheviks, committed to Marxist-Leninist ideology, sought to create a socialist utopia. This vision would shape the USSR and its destiny.
The USSR was not a monolithic entity, contrary to what many might believe. It was a union of 15 republics, each with its own distinct culture, language, and rich history. From the Baltic Sea to the Pacific Ocean, the USSR encompassed a vast and incredibly diverse territory. Ukraine, known as the breadbasket of the Soviet Union, was vital for its immense agricultural output. The Caucasus region, with its towering mountains and ancient traditions, added significantly to the cultural tapestry. Central Asian republics, once part of the historic Silk Road, brought their unique and vibrant heritage to the Union. This diversity, while celebrated in official propaganda, masked underlying tensions and conflicts that would eventually contribute to the USSR's unraveling.
Section 5, a global powerhouse, the USSR on the world stage. Throughout the Cold War, the USSR exerted its influence across the globe. It supported communist movements and revolutions, challenged Western dominance, and sought to reshape the international order. From Cuba to Vietnam, the USSR's presence was felt. It provided military and economic aid to allies, engaged in proxy wars, and engaged in a high-stakes nuclear arms race with the United States. The world held its breath as these two superpowers stared each other down, the fate of humanity hanging in the balance.
Section 6. A Friend in Need, Soviet Support for India in 1971. The USSR's influence extended to South Asia as well. In 1971, when war erupted between India and Pakistan, the Soviet Union provided crucial support to India. This alliance was rooted in shared strategic interests and a common goal of countering Western influence in the region. The USSR's backing proved decisive in the conflict, leading to the creation of Bangladesh. This event solidified the USSR's role as a key player in South Asian geopolitics and demonstrated its willingness to project power far beyond its borders.
Section 7. Cracks in the facade. Economic stagnation and political unrest. Behind the facade of strength and stability, the USSR harbored deep-seated problems. Its centrally planned economy, while initially successful in spurring industrial growth, became increasingly inefficient and struggled to keep pace with the West. Political repression stifled dissent, and the suppression of national identities within the republics fueled resentment. By the 1980s, under the leadership of Mikhail Gorbachev, the USSR embarked on a path of reforms known as perestroika and glasnost, restructuring and openness. These reforms, while intended to revitalize the system, ultimately hastened its demise.
Section 8. The legacy of a superpower, echoes of the USSR. In 1991, the seemingly unbreakable union finally fractured, leading to a cascade of events that reshaped the world. The Soviet flag was lowered for the last time over the Kremlin, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in history. The collapse of the USSR sent shockwaves across the world, ushering in a new geopolitical order and altering the balance of power. The legacy of the USSR remains complex and contested, with many differing perspectives on its impact. On the one hand, it left behind a legacy of repression, economic stagnation, and the ever-present threat of nuclear war. On the other hand, it made significant strides in education, healthcare, and social welfare, benefiting millions. Its achievements in space exploration continue to inspire generations, and its cultural contributions, from literature and music to ballet and film, have enriched the world immensely. Even today, Russia, the largest of the former Soviet republics, grapples with the shadow of its Soviet past and its complex legacy. The rise and fall of the USSR serves as a cautionary tale for nations worldwide, a reminder of the importance of freedom and the human spirit's resilience, the dangers of unchecked power and authoritarian rule, and the enduring human spirit that yearns for a better tomorrow, always striving for progress and hope.